everyone. If you're a Cancer born June 21st to July 22nd, what can you expect for the month of July 2018? Let's tune in and find out. Wow, Cancers. So I really feel like this month there's a lot of energy going out. So you have this big energy, and I can feel this sort of anxiety or frenetic energy where it meets expansion. So, so there's this big possibility, big potential for things for you to be able to expand and to move out. And then, as with all expansions, we can feel a little nervous or a little extra sensitive to what people may say or what they may think about us. But the good news is there's an expansive energy, and I can really feel like your insides like feeling like glowing and you're expanding, but then kind of feeling the edges around you like, ooh, that feels a little uncomfortable, or I don't exactly like that. And sometimes that means that relationships will end, new beginnings will happen. We do have some eclipses this month. So the first one is in Cancer, July 12th. And that's the new moon and partial solar eclipse. May even come in the end of the night of the July 11th, so the 12th. And that energy is it's really going to create new insights, new visions for a lot of you. It's going to propel you forward or push you forward in a way that maybe you've dreamed about in the past, but you hadn't had the courage yet to kind of take hold of yourself. It may even be setting new ground rules for your self-esteem, around your self-esteem. Not giving your power away, not giving yourself away. If somebody's taking advantage of you, or if they're being abusive to you, or maybe you're just letting things slide. Maybe you do a lot of things for other people and you don't get paid for it, or you've kind of taken on this role where maybe your roommate's eating all your food and you're not saying anything. So it's all that kind of stuff that's we can get squirrely about, that we do something for somebody once and then they just think that we're going to do it for them all the time. Or, it's coming to mind too, for those of you, that have allowed yourself to become kind of a booty call, that scenario, you're breaking those down and that's not happening anymore. You're kind of owning your power and saying, no, this is what feels good to me. Co-workers are taking advantage of you and you're saying, no, that's not all right. So I just see you putting in place these boundaries, shoring yourself up and feeling good about yourself, and elevating yourself to like, no, this is who I am, and this is where I'm going, and this is how I feel about myself, and the projection of that. And there's an expansive energy for you with your career or with your personal relationships. So I sort of see it everywhere in your life. And it's you'll have a better sense of, for yourself, what area of your life you're kind of weak in, or what area of your life you're allowing people to run over you, that sort of thing. And for some of us, it's everywhere, right? And for others, you're really good at home, you have really clear boundaries here, but at work, forget it. So just know that part of the eclipse that's going to happen for you is creating those boundaries for yourself, elevating your own self-esteem, really seeing creatively where you can go and feeling good about it. And once you set a boundary, it feels so good, right? When it's true to you, when it really speaks to you. And then what happens is it's just relief. So it's just that fear, that initial fear of how they're gonna react to me, or what are they gonna say, or of holding the boundary, right? Because like as soon as you set a boundary, what happens? People don't believe you and they're gonna try and break it down, right? Whether it's your kids or your spouse or a boss or whatever, everybody will try and get you to be flexible with it. So you just want to be aware of at what cost is that flexibility happening for you, and that anxiety that you're getting, or that nervous twitch that is coming over you, or if you go into it, you'll really feel like it's there to serve you. You'll really see, no, that's there to let me know this behavior has to change. So just know there's a lot of sensitive energy, but it's energy that's here to support you. It's information. So if you can start to treat anxiety as just information, I need to move away from you, or I need to send you compassion and not take it in, or I need to literally say, hey, I'm leaving work every day at 5 o'clock. I'm not staying till 6:30 anymore. Or, hey, if you want to eat my food, then pay for it. Or, hey, right? Like whatever it is. Or don't call me at, midnight to come over, take me on a proper date. Whatever the boundary is, set it, okay? And don't be afraid to set it. All right, so let's look overall at relationships. For those of you that are in a coupled relationship, what's in store for you this month? Very similar. There's going to be some kind of looking at the relationship and being forced to make some changes, being able to listen to one another. I feel like there's also some really nice moments that you can have together in traveling and having fun and really enjoying each other's company, but also those little moments where you can be overly sensitive. Both of you can be overly sensitive because we're in the energy of Cancer, and we've got that eclipse that's happening. Every sign is going to be a little bit more sensitive or a little bit more reactive. So personalities can be up and charged this month, and what you want to do is just take a step back. You don't have to feel everything, take it in as if it's personally, to you. It could be something that, your partner had happen at work and he's coming out and taking it out on you, which I'm not saying is okay, but it's also about being able to draw that boundary and say, you know what, this isn't about me, this is about something else, right? So having that awareness is going to help the relationship feel a little bit better, and you won't have to take it so personally. There may be an opportunity to have some unexpected trips together, even if it's just, deciding to go hiking or deciding to drive to the lake, or, I just feel like there's these impromptu little getaways for you and your partner romantically. So I do feel like there's a lot of small little things that you can do together that boost the energy in the relationship this month that feels really sweet. Little picnics, little, going to the movies, just these little outings that you can create as a couple that makes you feel loved and appreciated. So I see lots of little outings this month for you available. Now, for those of you that are single Cancers, let's look and see what's in store for you this month. Well, lots of fun. Okay, so if we start with the 4th of July, I just see big fireworks, a lot of parties, a lot of opportunities for you to be able to be seen and heard. You want to be careful. For some of you, you're going to have, it'll be easy for you to have people eating out of your hand, 3, 4 different types of people eating out of your hand. And, but you really want to, you're being drawn back to what's important to me. What do I really want, And just don't be intimidated or get nervous about being alone, because I can feel this anxiety for some of you. It's like, well, it's better just to, throw myself out there or to have a couple different people to be with so I don't have to be alone. And as I say that, I can feel the anxiety in my belly. So what you want to do is just know that when you face that fear of being alone, underneath it, there's a sense of peace and a sense of safety. And from that space, you can start to create relationships that are more valuable to you. You can start to spend time with people that really resonate with you, not just kind of like the heady, busy work, right? Just so you don't have to be alone. So don't be afraid to face any anxiety or fear you have about being alone and just accepting dates from people you don't want to, just so you don't want to be alone. Now, there are those of you that are the opposite extreme that won't go out with anybody, that you keep yourself so busy because you're afraid of being disappointed. And that's just another angle of anxiety, right? Like, oh, no, I'm not going to anybody, I don't want to be disappointed, I don't want anybody to see me. This month, that can also swing the other way. In other words, if you give yourself the time and the opportunity to be able to get out and to be seen and heard, you're going to have some fun and make some really nice, solid connections. Now, that doesn't always lead to romance, but it can lead to like a really strong, good friendship. And then that friendship could lead to somebody they know that can turn into a relationship. So you want to know that sometimes the universe puts people in our lives that maybe they're not the one, but it's who they know. So don't turn a blind eye like, oh God, I would never date that guy. I'd never date that girl. If they're likable and you're having fun with them, sure, let them know up front, you know what, you're just friend material for me, right? And so call it what it is, but don't cut them out of your life, because I see that there are these different branches or these different connections for you to have a relationship, and that there's purpose with it. So what your job is to do is to listen to your instincts, get away out of the anxiety and the fear, get underneath it. And one of the ways when I say get underneath it, what's that mean? Just open to it, right? So if you place your hand on that anxiety, just take a deep breath. And then imagine that you're in the center of it and just open to it, right? Feel the feelings, feel the emotions. And even if you only feel the feelings or feel the emotions for 30 seconds or a minute, it's like letting air out of a balloon, you'll feel like you drop into your body, like there's actually more room in your body. And then from there, now it's easier to be in the space with somebody else. It's easier to be in relationship with somebody else, or it's easier to be in a crowd or in a room with people that you don't know more readily, because you're not taking in everybody else's energy. You're sitting more grounded in your own. And now there's a capacity to become more the observer instead of feeling the energy of everybody else, right? So if you can start to work some of that within yourself, it'll be easier for you then to be attracted to the right people. And it's effortlessly, right? It's effortless. Once you kind of feel that rhythm in your body, the universe just brings the right people to you. So just practice with it. Don't make it a big deal, but just get out of your shell, right? Don't be afraid to go out, because it's scary, because you can feel so much more this month. Just know that it's okay. All right, we also have a full total lunar eclipse on July 27th, and some people call that the blood moon. It's supposed to be like the longest eclipse of, well, the year, and I think for a really long time. There's a lot of information out there on the internet about it if you want to check it out. And that's sort of, they're just showing me like helter-skelter. So in other words, anything can happen. So this is the type of energy to expect the unexpected. And during that full moon on the 27th. Now, there are some other significant things happening. Mercury goes retrograde July 26th through August 18th. And then Mars is already retrograde June 26th through August 27th, which is more the planet of action. Mercury is the planet of communication. So what does this mean? It just means that things may be a little bit slower towards the end of July, and that we may find ourselves just recreating, redoing, reevaluating ourselves, our situation. There is a lot of healing energy coming in this month. Also, we do have now the planet Jupiter has gone direct on, I think it's July 10th, which means all that good luck energy is now moving back into our lives. So depending on where it's at in your chart, it'll affect different areas of your life. But you may see an uptick for yourself financially, or in opportunities. It just depends whether it's an opportunity for you to buy a house, or an opportunity for you to fall in love, or an opportunity for career advancement, or your creativity starts to flow again. This could all be because of the Jupiter energy that's moving forward. Let's look at money and career for Cancers for the month. Just showing me that July 14th, 13th, 14th, so right after that Cancer eclipse, that is partial solar eclipse in Cancer, just huge money coming through. So like around July 14th, you could actually have like big money come in, whether that you get a job, or you get a promotion, you win the lottery, you just find out you're pregnant, you get engaged, you decide you're moving. There's just huge energy. Or somebody comes in and wants to invite you on their TV show or their radio show, or asks you. I just see like all these big kind of like unexpected things coming into your life. So just know that energy in mid-July can really give you a big boost to your money. Anything else about career? You also want to be aware of, that money can also just, as it comes in, that windfall can also go out too, right? So it's very easy to spend money this month too. It's very easy to let a lot of that money go or reinvest it. So if you want to make sure that you don't do that, just have to be a little more aware, consciously aware, going to hang on to more, maybe give it, put it in the bank, put it someplace for safekeeping if you're afraid, move it out of your account if you're afraid you're going to spend it all. But there is this tendency also that it can go fast too. So you want to be aware of that as well. All right, let's look at your health. If there's anything going on for Cancers for their health. Yeah, for some of you, just feeling this energy up the small of the back, up the spine, and you just want to be careful with your back, be careful with lifting things up, or wearing really high heel shoes and having too much to drink and twisting your ankle, things like that, right? So just, you want to be extra cautious around anything that supports your spine. So wearing really high shoes that don't support your back, or bending over and picking something up, and just feeling like, this month there could be a weakness around your spine. So just be extra careful. You don't have to be paranoid about it, but just, wow, if I'm going to go out dancing all night, I want to bring some flats with me as well. So if at 2 o'clock in the morning when my feet hurt or I've had too much to drink, I can switch them out. That sort of thing. Because it feels more like that, where we're not really paying attention and we step off a curb and like that. So just be aware of that energy so you don't have to have any problems with your back or your ankle. Okay, let's see what else is going on for Cancers for this month. Any surprises for you guys? So you can have a really good month, if you listen to yourself, make the changes that you need to make, right? This isn't about other people, them doing this to me, them not following through, oh, it's all their fault, it's because they did this to me. This month is really about you making the changes for you. And if you do that, if you listen to the energy as it comes into your body, if you feel those feelings and go, oh, I have to change, I need to say something, I have to stop this, and you actually have the courage and show up and do that, this month is really going to elevate you. You're going to shine so bright. You're going to feel so good. You're going to attract new people into your life. You're really going to be elevated. Money will come in. New career opportunities will come in. It all begins with one step, you trusting you listening to yourself, and you taking the action and doing what you need to do. Now, here's the thing. If it's something big, like leaving your partner or quitting a job, or making a move, right? Then you ask for signs from the universe and you say, okay, show me, right? Am I really supposed to put my house on the market and sell and move to XYZ, right? Or am I really supposed to take a break from this person I'm dating? Or am I really supposed to just quit my job? Right? So just ask the universe specifically and then let go and then see what shows up over the next 2 or 3 or 4 days, right? Because there's validating information. Whenever you ask a specific question, the universe will respond to you. So then when it comes in, if it's the same response that you get, then you know you're supposed to, right? And generally for myself, I usually get 2 or 3 responses, all consistently, all saying the same thing before I take an action. And if I don't, then I know either the timing's off, or my idea is wrong, or something's not perfected with it. And then I'll just keep working with that until all the pieces come into play. So just know that if you're not getting the answer you want, then there's something off. Something either with the timing, your mind, what you're thinking, or there's more to be revealed yet. All right, you guys, this is a really great month. Happy birthday to all of you, all you lovely Cancer people. Enjoy it. If you've got a Cancer moon or a Cancer rising, you also have these sensitivities, and with big opportunity and big money coming in for you this month. So just know that that's one possibility for you. Have a wonderful month, everybody. If you like my intuitive astrology, please click like, make your comments below. I look forward to reading them, and have a terrific month, everybody. And I look forward to connecting with you again next month.